TechBox A2 here. Sorry, I'm a little late with the video. I know it's been a few days since the Sony announcement, but I've been a little busy at work. But I'm going to go over all the stuff that they showcased and give my thoughts on it. And we're going to start off with, we all thought that we were getting a GTA 6. We were hoping for GTA 6, and we're getting GTA 5, again, for the third console generation. They say that they've expanded it and enhanced it for the PlayStation 5, but it's the same game overall. The GTA Online will be free for PS5 owners, and if you play GTA Online on the PS4, they're going to give you $1 million each month until it launches, but it's not coming out until 2021. I don't know why they're not going to have it ready as a launch title, why we've got to wait since it's such an old game, but we do. Then they went into Spider-Man, and they're using Miles Morales for this one, which is interesting. A lot of people don't realize that that is actual canon, and they do have a comic book series on him. It looks really good. I haven't played a Spider-Man game since the GameCube, but I'm going to get this one, and it's coming out 2020, so it should be a launch title. Then they showed Gran Turismo 7. Didn't give a date for it, but it looked really nice, really detailed. I haven't played Gran Turismo since the original PlayStation, but I might be getting this one. Next was Ratchet and Clank, A Rift Apart. It looked kind of interesting with the time or the different dimensions and stuff that it did. But it looks like, you know, kind of same old for Ratchet and Clank. Then they showed off Project Athia, I believe is how you say it, which is going to be a PS5 exclusive. It's coming from Square Enix. It didn't really tell a whole lot. It just showed some stuff. So I'm going to keep my eye out, see if I can find out more of the story, you know, when they finally announce what's going on, but they didn't give a date for that one either. Then they showed a game called Stray, which just shows a stray cat going through a town filled with robot people and like other robot animals. And it just looked really weird. It's coming out in 2021. I'm not too sure about that. Then they showed Returnal. It did not have a date either, but it looked really good. This woman keeps reliving a crash with a spaceship into a planet, and then her death over and over, but each time you learn a little bit more. You know, go a little bit further, trying to unravel the mystery. That seemed really interesting. Then they had Sackboy Big Adventure. Again, they didn't tell a whole lot about it, just kind of showed a little bit of gameplay. From the gameplay it showed, it looks like it can be up to 4 players, but just like Ratchet and Clank, it's more of the same from the other Big Planet games. Then we have Destruction All-Stars. It looked like Destruction Derby meets Fortnite. It looks kind of fun though. They didn't give a release date on that, but I'm going to keep watching out for that. Kind of reminded me of a Rocket League type game. Then they had I'm not sure how to pronounce that, Bridge of Spirits. It kind of looks like an updated Pikmin. You had these little things following you around that you used to do different things. Looked like you used them to fight, and you kept gathering them up, move stuff around. That didn't have a release date. Then they had one called Goodbye Volcano High. Had a bunch of dinosaur people, just kind of showing them singing and talking about being in high school and stuff. And it looks really weird. It's coming out in 2021, but no actual gameplay looked like it was showed. And again, it looked really weird. Then they're releasing a new Oddworld Soulstorm. There was no release date for that, but it looks like it'd be pretty interesting. Next was Ghostwire Tokyo. In areas, it feels kind of like a Silent Hill game. You're fighting ghosts and things, has some jump scares. That is coming out in 2021. That's another one I plan on getting. Then they had Jet the Far Shore. That's coming out in 2020. It looked like a really indie game. Didn't really look that interesting to me. Some people might like it. Another one coming out in 2020 is Godfall. It kind of looked like a MOBA. They were just showing some gameplays, but not really detailed about it, just showing how you can fight and level up your character and stuff. But it really did feel kind of like a MOBA type game. So I'm probably going to get that one. Then they showed a very short clip for Solar Ash, and that's coming out in 2021, and it kind of reminded me of Journey. We'll see more about that later. Then January 2021, Hitman 3 is coming out. It looks really good, and honestly, I've never played a Hitman game before, but I might get this one. Then they showed off Astro's Playroom. It looks kind of fun, but doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot of gameplay to it. Didn't give a date for that. Then they showed off another one called Little Devil Inside, and the graphics really looked like an iPhone game. They did not look very good at all. They did not give a date for that. Then NBA 2K21 will be coming out in 2020. Graphics look really, really good, but I'm not really into sports. I haven't played a basketball game since NBA Jam, so I'm probably not going to be getting that one. One that one of my children was interested in is called Bug Snacks, and it looks like you go around and eat other bugs and other foods, and your character starts to change based on what you eat, and it kind of looked interesting, but I'm definitely getting that one. Then they announced Demon's Souls, and they did not give a date for that, but that looked really good. Deathloop was another game that didn't have a release date, but it talks about rival assassins being stuck in a death loop, constantly fighting, and you've got to kill 8 people before you're killed in order to break the loop. And that game looked really fun, really interesting. So I'm going to watch out for that. Then in 2021, they said Resident Evil 8, I believe it's called The Village, will be released. And that looked a little bit more like Resident Evil 4. This time it looks like it's werewolves. And that looks better than 7. I didn't really care for 7. But like I said, it's more like Resident Evil 4 it looked. Then they announced a game called Pragmata, which is coming out in 2022. And you don't really know what's going on. You're starting off in what looks like New York, like Times Square. Guys in a spacesuit. It kind of had a Death Stranding feel. He just starts tracing like this little, like imaging of a girl running off like he was tracking her. And then all of a sudden a satellite breaks through the sky. You guys are sucked upward and you realize you're on the moon and the little girl's like a robot and you guys are looking at Earth. So I'm going to wait and see what more they say about that. Then the last game that they announced was Horizon 2 Forbidden West. And it looks really good. I'm going to be getting that one. They didn't give a date for it either. But I liked the first game, so I'm probably going to like that one. Then they were talking about how the PS5 is going to have 3D audio. It's going to have 4K Ultra HD, ultra high speed, solid state drive, ray tracing, which I had to look that up. And that's basically the shading, where now with shading, whenever light hits an image, the computer just kind of guesses where it's supposed to hit. This has actual more lifelike shading and lighting effects. The controller is going to have haptic feedback and adaptive triggers. So, like if you're shooting different guns, you're going to feel the difference in the button when you push it. It's going to have a microphone and speakers in the controller, and it still won't have some motion control to the controller. The design's kind of cool, but I don't like the color. I don't like the white consoles. I think they get too dirty, too easy, too scuffed up looking. Looked like there were two versions. One does not have a disk drive and is just for digital downloads. The other one does have a disk drive, and I like my physical media, so I'm definitely getting the one with the disk drive. They did not talk about PSVR. They did not give a price for anything. But after they showed the consoles, they showed off headphones, they showed off a camera, they showed off a charging station, and then they showed all that stuff together. They didn't say if it's going to be bundled, if it's all separate, prices, nothing for any of it. So we still have to wait on more information. From what I'm seeing, it looks like Sony and Microsoft are not wanting to release prices until the other one does, to try to get a feel for where their competitors launching to try to beat it. But Sony has gone on the record saying that they are looking more at the value of the stuff in the console and how good the console is going to be versus a price. So a lot of people are guessing the price might be up there. We will have to wait and see, but tell me what you guys think down in the comments. Thank you for your time, and don't forget to follow and subscribe. I'll leave some other social media links in the bottom. You all have a wonderful day.